Okay, hello, Animal Messages with Julie. It is now fall, well, everywhere, but where I'm living, it got a little cool, what, in the 50s? And so Farley was just on here and he was saying, I can't pee because it's too cold on my ears and my paws. I can't concentrate on peeing. Um, so if you're just joining us, all right, let me put my books. I got my little table here. I've been getting my stuff here. Okay, I'm an animal communicator and an animal empath. So I feel, I hear, we talk. So I feel what they feel in my body. I can hear them in English, and they can hear me. And then we talk. So that's how behavior is modified. They choose a new behavior. I have 550 body processes available to me that I train to work on humans, doing trauma clearing, etc. So I run those. Once I feel and I hear and we talk, then I know what to run. We also have this offering, animal grief counselor. So if if you lost an animal even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I can exit the soul from the body. About half the animals do not fully leave their bodies behind. If it's been a traumatic, such as an accident, getting hit by a car or getting trampled, they may still be feeling that pain. So I've trained to work with humans and I know what process to run and to have them fully drop their body and give messages to you. So at the beginning, this is going to be our focus, okay? Because what happens is, our dogs, our cats, they have fur, right? So we don't notice how bad their body is, right? Because they have fur. So I feel in my body what the animal's feeling. So now it's only about 40%, 40 to 60% of what the animal's feeling. So on Monday, I got a call and a cat has stage 4 kidney disease and had crawled under the bed and was meowing like a kitten, not like a cat. So it was, well, I felt her pain. This dehydration headache was huge. I had an eye mask, cooling eye mask here. My face got puffy, so you couldn't see these lines and these lines. You could see lines in the neck, but you couldn't see these lines anymore. And that's what happens in kidney failure. You retain fluids and you get puffy. It was excruciating. I mean, I almost wanted to get a leftover opioid from my leg surgery and take it. It was that excruciating, the pain. So it's recorded on Zoom like these are, but it's private. So it's only sent to the client, right? So, and I even had, well, just grab like this tissue. So I even had, a cloth napkin and I kept, because it was so much pain, I was almost throwing up too. So I'm like, I mean, you could see how sick this animal was because it was coming through me. And I didn't tell the client that that's only like 40% of what the animal's feeling. Yeah. So, and in that case, as in quite a few cases, the animal did not want to drop the body because wanted to stay with the owner, the human. And they'll do that. They'll be like, no, and humans will do that too. I'm not leaving because I don't want to leave so-and-so. So they're not leaving their body. So, and the body was done. As to use a German word that means broken, kaputt. That's slang in the Midwest. Kaputt, it's kaputt means it's broken. In German, it just means I think it means it's broken, kaputt. Body was kaputt. So in that case, if there's any veterinarians that happen to watch this video, there have been numerous times where people have gone to the vet the next day because they realize how sick their animal is and they didn't realize how bad it had gotten until they see how I'm feeling and they watch the video. So in this case, yes, the very next day, the animal was put down. Now, one of the legs had become jaundiced. So even the fluids that are given to stop the heart first there's happy juice that's given where they're like, ah, and they'll bring the animal back to you and you'll think, oh, this animal I can take home. She or he is fine. No, that's the happy juice. And then there's a catheter in and they'll put the medicine, the chemical that stops the heart. Well, the leg was so jaundiced that they couldn't even get the medicine to stop the heart to get to the heart. I mean, the body was so kaput that it wouldn't even transport the medicine to stop the heart to the heart. It was just, so it took much longer than it normally takes. But here's the thing, veterinarians, you know, those that have animals that are older and you know it's their last few months or last year, you know, this is how I can help, is because I feel what they feel, and then you see it, and then you realize it, because your animal isn't telling you, your animal isn't picking up the napkin and going, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're hiding under the bed, they're hiding in the corner of the garage or something like that. If it's a dog, you don't really notice it. And sometimes they'll be laying on your lap, like just listless, and you think, oh, they're just being much more sweet or something, and they can barely move their body. You know, there was one, they thought she was pregnant, and she was a dog, purebred hunting dog. I know that's not a type of a purebred, but it's a purebred and a hunting dog. So her name is Star. And Star was just laying on her person's lap and just being, you know, her personality was different. So the owner thought she might have got pregnant because she had been in heat a few weeks earlier. And there was a neighbor dog, there's a chain link fence, but they thought could have happened. Well, I checked in with the animal, felt what the animal felt. There was a dehydration headache. My head was out to here. And I said, she can barely function. She wasn't dying, but she could barely function, like a really bad flu, like really bad heat exhaustion, right? I'm like, Monday, get her to the vet Monday. I'm like, yeah, treat her like she's pregnant, but this is not a normal pregnancy if she is pregnant. She was not pregnant. She had a kidney infection. So antibiotics cleared it right up. But the owner wasn't going to take her to the vet, because you don't take a dog to the vet right away when they're pregnant. Like when you think they're pregnant, you normally don't run to the vet. So, but you needed to run to the vet because it wasn't pregnancy. And I could feel that, not that whether it was or wasn't, but I could feel that dehydration headache. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a normal pregnancy sign. You know, that's she can barely move off the couch. That's why she's behaving the way she is, because her body's so sick. Anyway, so that's been my week. So Patrick and Cassidy, what's going on? Oh, she said, I love you. Oh, love you too. What do you think about the cold? She said, I don't care. Look at her. She's a little redhead. She's a little strawberry blonde redhead. And those are Labradoodles, people. Those are Labradoodles. Yeah. So they have lab and poodle in them. And they're from the same parents and the same breeder, different litters, and they couldn't be different personalities, more different. Cassidy worries. She's like really, really caring. And Farley's Mr. Party Animal. And Cassidy has a really sensitive stomach and nose. And Farley's like, hey, it's food. And he just, I'm in. And Cassidy is like, I don't know. I didn't like this last time. You know, I mean, you got anything else? Do you have anything in the back?
Yeah, pretty much. That's her.
Do you have anything in the back that's fresher that you could bring out for me?
They got pineapple today.
Oh, they got pineapple.
Yeah. They like pineapple.
They like pineapple, so you cut it up.
Yeah, I crush it so it's small, so they can. It's actually kind of out of a can, so it's can
So
pineapple.
it's out of the can. You strain it, and then you crush it up so it's smaller.
No, I picked up the wrong one at the grocery store. Normally, I get like the tidbits, the little triangles.
Yeah.
but I picked up the crushed this time. So I didn't
Oh,
have to do anything with it. I just got to scoop it out and put it on top of their food.
oh, so it was on top of their dry food?
Their dry food and their rotisserie chicken. Yeah.
The rotisserie chicken. Did you hear that, people? You're not the only one. That's
Yeah.
it makes dinner for your dogs.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Oh
it's
yeah.
healthier for them. It's healthier for them than
Yeah,
just the kibble.
I know. We hide it. We hide it from the mainstream about how we make dinner for our dogs, but we do. Uh, oh, and I heard on NPR, National Public Radio, that pet expenditures on pets is up 10%. Now,
Okay.
I don't know if that's because veterinary bills are up or if people are just buying more treats and toys or if they're getting used to people like me. So that's getting added into the mix more, like a therapist for your
Yeah.
dog. I'm a therapist for your dog.
That's probably all factored in, and inflation.
And inflation. Yeah. Like I said, if you don't, reach out to me, reach out to someone like me. If there's an issue with your dog that can hear them and work with them. And we work in tandem with, this hippy dippy stuff, which is scientific. You can prove it scientifically in the brain, how it's the mirror neurons and all of this stuff. But we work in tandem with the trainers and with the veterinarians. So, yeah. So it's in the United States. We're spending more on our pets. And I don't have any in my house, but I probably spent $50 in the last 2 weeks on pets. Yeah. Because I got the DoorDash to bring more balls and more Chewy toys when I was dog sitting. And then I bought my own NVK training collar that I had a few weeks ago. So I have my own. Even though I don't have a dog, I have my own. Because I like to use the noise to get them in their crate if I can. Yeah.
Is
So,
that working still?
Mhm.
Good.
Well, you don't want to use it with puppies because they'll get real scared and they can get a little bit of trauma going in the early age, just like anything. Something you use with a 17-year-old, you don't use with a 7-month-old child,
Yeah.
And I got these buttons. We'll do them next week where you press it and it says treats, like I recorded my voice on it, and the dog presses it, or cat or bird, and it's just a recorded voice, but you can record anything on it. So I've got one that says outside and one that says treats. And there's 4 buttons. So yeah, I don't have a dog or cat in my own place. which is why I'm able to go out to others, right? But I spent $50 on pet supplies.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly. So like there's a lot of grandmas and grandpas where they have fur babies as their grandchildren. And I've seen pictures just this week of, they're getting another puppy. Here's gonna be my grand fur baby. And they're showing pictures around the apartment building.
My new baby.
My new fur grandbaby named Stanley, on the picture. So yeah, we're spending 10% more, America, on pet supplies. So it's okay. They give us plenty of love.
I feel like I spend more on my dogs than myself.
Right? Yeah, and winter's coming. Do they wear jackets in the snow, or is the lab?
No, I haven't gotten them jackets yet. Usually, because I don't like the cold. We go outside to go to the bathroom, we come back in. Yeah. Their walks are much less in the winter than the summer.
Yeah. And some of them will put mittens on for shoes because when winter we'll have a show on that, because the salt that people puts out where it's icy, the chemicals in it can burn their paw pads, burn the skin on their paw pads.
Well, even the ground is really cold, so
Yeah,
for their paw pads, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So some people are able to put shoes, little bitty boots on their dogs, and some dogs just aren't having it. Like
Yeah,
you get two of them on, and then there's they just they're off. It's like, oh, okay, that was a waste of $25. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, they've got them at PetSmart. When winter starts to come, they're little bitty booties you can put on them if you want. I don't know if the Labradoodles, they probably don't need a jacket because that Labrador and the Poodle, they're tough breeds for
yeah,
outdoor.
yeah,
Yeah, they're more,
they're pretty furry, they don't really need it.
yeah, they're tough outdoor breeds. I mean, they're not a Chihuahua that is meant for warmer climates and doesn't have a lot of layers and a lot of hair. Chihuahua shed, they shed a lot, but they don't have like the thickness and of the hair to protect them from the cold. So
Yeah,
those we'll see wearing sweaters and little jackets, little
yeah,
parkas, all that. But
yeah.
okay, so yep, nobody else popped in. No worries. I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you for joining us. Animal Messages with Julie.